What's up, guys? This is Estiora, and I'm gonna comment on a multiplayer game I had today, which is really great game. It's kind of hilarious. There are lots of crazy things happening, and I hope you enjoy. It's a pretty good, pretty high level game. There's Black Knights and Cubit and Forever GM, who all I know are pretty good players, very good, and me too. I'm also okay player. And I don't know about Chantarik. He wasn't actually doing that bad, but he didn't shine in this game much. So yeah, it was actually a pretty good game. So let's see what's happening, you know. First off, like about the starting locations, I had a kind of awkward situation where I potted on some aluminium and I got the worst ones. Black Lights potted down first and he got really fast upgrade. Oh, actually I got up with him pretty fast because I realized that, you know, using your resources, even money, upgrade to upgrade to level 2 is usually worth it. Though I feel like I'm not doing best thing. I'm okay. Actually, it's pretty good. Like in the long run, to put this water stuff here. But like, yeah, it's hurting me quite a lot early in the game to have to do it instead to, you know. Well, yeah, I guess I don't have any other. Maybe yeah, power is one of the things I would like rather want to do. And here's actually an interesting auction. So this patent is actually very good late game, okay. But early game, it's so-so, especially right now. Like, it doesn't really matter because I'm really not worried about these aluminium mines being nuked because they're pretty bad already. But in the long run, it's gonna be really good. So I think I got it for a very good price, so this is fine. But yeah, here's the thing, like, I'm kind of struggling because I'm producing aluminium, I'm producing carbon, I'm producing water, and all of them cost nothing, you know. Compared to, you know, Cubit, who is producing steel, which, okay, that's not too pricey either, but he starts producing glass, and that's already quite a lot better than what I have. And also, energy is pretty big deal. And this game, some why I don't goon squad it. My geothermal. It's pretty dumb. I mean, I was pretty tight on money because everything I sold was sort of unoptimal. But here's the thing. Yeah, I spent it on something already. I don't have any money. What did I spend it on? Build the hacker array. That's what I spent it on. Yeah, because the electronics price was going up, so I wanted to build hacker array as cheap as possible. And now I actually should goon it, but yeah, enough of this. What is Black Lights doing? So he's producing steel. He's also grabbing this water. Yeah, actually, you know, at that point I thought like, everything's pretty bad. The only bad thing was that I didn't have this goon squatted. And now I'm getting mutinied, and the energy is power is pretty pricey. And yeah, well, I mean, it still hurts me that those things are not making me any money, because right now I can't even, you know, I don't have enough money to even use the hacker array. And I want to use hacker array on carbon, obviously. And I will start doing it like very soon enough, because I'm the only person making carbon, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. So by shorting it and selling it like with very good price. What was Kubik doing at the same time? Yeah, he's building a patent lab, and he's gonna do very good things with patent lab in this game. I think this is gonna be his key thing in this game. My key thing is like right now is shorting this carbon. Black lights. His key thing is me not squatting my power. Helps him a lot. Oh, actually, it wasn't him who was. I think it was. Yeah, it was Forever GM who mutinied mine. Okay. So Blacklight's main thing is that he is upgrading really fast, and that's what you can do with expensive, because you need that much less steel, and his aluminium production was pretty good as well. He only needed to buy a class, and yeah, we'll be just selling it. So sort of, yeah. So what he's okay. First, he starts out with superconductors. It's pretty good in a game where power price is not getting dropped, because that means yeah, he's dropping himself actually. And once he gets this superconductors, you will see that this adjacent solar panels are really strong, really strong. Thing is, like they are so strong actually that they're gonna consume this market really fast, and the price of power, like you can see, it's crashing down like really fast. But he's making a lot of money from it, like compared to others. Yeah, who are? Oh, actually, Forever GM is making pretty good money. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm making slightly some money as well, but I'm mainly making money from carbon. And if you can actually see that, I think someone bought yeah, Blacklights bought carbon, and now he's gonna sell. Basically what he did is he made money by buying carbon and selling it like slightly higher, and it's kind of risky, but if it works, then it really pays off. Basically, if I notice like someone buying carbon, I can just use my stockpile to actually lower the price of carbon, and sometimes it can work so that I will actually force him like to desperately sell it that way, and he will actually lose some money due to it, as he bought it slightly higher than he's gonna sell. But actually I think he was pretty safe, because he knew that I wouldn't start selling carbon at this point, because what I want to do is actually raise it even higher and then sell it, And what I'm doing here, I'm even mutinying this one carbon mine to really, make sure no one else gets it. To really have this carbon monopoly. And yeah, no one right now has any. But it's still gonna be a few shortages away before it really starts paying me off. And well, the problem with this strategy is I have lots of money like stuck in here, which I could use for upgrading, use for maybe even building a fast Offworld market, starting buying stocks, whatever. Because it's pretty interesting, like when is the right time to buy stock. Right now would be, for others, it would be really good time to buy my stock, as it's really cheap. Like for example, you know, Blacklights has actually pretty okay money. He's starting to make lots of money from food as well, and he already has some money stockpiled. But what Cupid is doing is he bought like lots of gems. He also had like got some spare money to work around with, and he's using this hacker array to actually increase the price of it, make profit that how. And he's actually making profit of gems without having a single you know, gem factory. And it's really hard for others to, you know, deal with it, because if you're not producing gem, it's really hard for someone, you know, to guess that you're gonna short it, you know, or something like that. So yeah, this actually, the whole game is starting to move towards, you know, shorting and weird stuff like that. So now me and Blacklights, we traded some Coon Squads. Like I dynamited this, he defended, dynamited this, I defended, I have a dynamite. What I'm gonna do with this? Yeah, I just blew up this one. I also actually used power search to search everything here. Even though I search myself, I already have that big of a stockpile that I just don't want others to leech any money from this carbon market. Okay, really, there's I don't know, this spot right now, it's pretty worthless, because like power prices can be like sanked and really easily. So yeah. Also, what like Cupid has got, he got this, back to the patent lag, he got a nanotech, which is really good because, you know, he scraps stuff, got some silicon back from the solar panels, and he builds stuff, like he builds his electros, fuel and everything, and he can start actually manipulating this area like really well with nanotech. He also got carbon scrubbing. Like now you can see this, this gem prices, oh, this is insane. And now what I did is I sold all my, you know, carbon. I bought one from Cupid. I forced him to actually use his money to buy out his stock completely. Then I actually started buying Blacklight. He did the same. Then others started buying me. I bought out all my stock. And what happened is everyone had actually tons of spare money. And it was one thing, like I actually just bought one stock and it all like triggered a mass buying of lots of different stock. What I'm actually now gonna do is I'm gonna soon pay back my debt, because yeah, it's something that I really should be doing, because otherwise my stock is still pretty cheap, and the other players, they're already threatening to buy me out. So yeah, my carbon shorting plan didn't work quite out, and it still takes some time to notice this. This is pretty crazy. It's really crazy. He's auto-supplying fuel, which is really okay for him. And he's making so much gems, it's not even funny. He doesn't need carbon for it. And now we're noticing it. I'm gonna shut this down a bit. It's still not gonna be enough, but yeah, something at least. He empties mine, I guess. He gets empty here as well. And yeah, this mobility of the nanotech is really powerful, because he actually doesn't lose much resources from doing like stuff like that, you know, because he gets them all back when he scraps, and if he uses the same resources for other building, it's all fine. So yeah, he's gonna, I mean, this market is gonna collapse really fast, like the gem market. And he's also, Forever GM is making gems, I am making. But he's still like, I mean, we have to spend a lot of resources to shut him down, and even like, because he's scientific, it's not, it's not gonna help that much. Oh dear. If like, I mean, he could just sell it, and all our fuel would be worthless. What is going on here? Yeah. Yeah, now it's these things shortages are pretty dangerous because you know if everyone have like some stockpiled, it's pretty crazy. And I think Kubit is gonna, yeah, he sold it, and now this whole gem market is like really falling apart. Whew. And we were all producing so much fuel that it actually, you know, we kind of helped him because he could just auto supply fuel, and he would really get away with it, even though he was consuming so much fuel. Though now, yeah, now he's, wow, fuel prices got so low. Who sold them that much? Don't know. Oh dear, did I really? Oh, okay, I build. Yeah, I build electronics. Scrap this field thing. It's a pretty good idea. But yes, I think in this game I was kinda too much like reactive. Okay, currently I don't think anyone has electronics stockpiles, so building electronics was pretty okay. It was a pretty good idea. But in this game it's really hard to tell, you know, because everyone have like a lot of free money, so this price of electronics, it could have been like an illusion, sort of like, you know, artificially made by someone just buying it a lot. So there's like always risks involved if you like invest so much into, you know, building up this industry. It's not like, you know, for Qubit, who has nanotech, yeah, you see, he just builds everything. He loses 20 seconds for all the buildings, but man, he really makes a lot. And the crazy part is he bought electronics first, used all his spare money for that. I bought second. I used some for, like, he was shorting it actually. I was shorting it actually. So there was pretty confusing stuff going on, and it's really important, like who sells first, who sells when. But the best thing is if you can buy first. This is like the safest thing to do, and that's not what happened for me. I didn't buy first, but because I didn't sell last, I didn't lose money at least. So there's actually a lot of stuff going on in this game. As you can see, prices are shifting so fast. Buildings are like, industries are being shifted, like food is back on action. It was like $20 at some point, now it's again 200. Things are getting shifted around, and you know, nanotech is really paying off. And you know, this like this blue player, he has some kind of, okay, he's building a Offworld market. I didn't even notice, it didn't even matter. He has Offworld markets. That's pretty good for him, but still, Forever GM actually could, can he buy out him? He could buy out if he sold all his resources. Is he gonna do it though? And Qubit, oh man, he could actually have bought out Forever GM. Instead, he chose to buy me out. Oh, and there's also one thing that happened here. Like, there was this gem price was really low, like $81, something like that. And he shorted the gems, and I saw the shorting. He bought gems slightly before I did, or we bought sort of the same time, but he got them like on average cheaper than I did. And he sold gems faster before I did. What happened is, like, I started out this whole shenanigan with like 300,000. At the end of it, after I had sold my gems, I had 180,000. Gems were being shorted. That means I lost a lot of money. And when this happens, Qubit actually got all that money to himself, like what I lost, because I don't think there were other players. Now, well, you know, Blacklight also shorted gems, and he bought them after we did and sold them after we did. And there was like, you know, it's pretty crazy what is going on in this game. It's pretty fun too, sort of. I have this currently kind of mixed feelings, so I'm not sure if I like it or if I don't. But yeah, it's like everyone were being pretty big players. Everyone had like tons of money at some point or other point in the game, and those were swinging really fast. And I guess that, like, at some, now the off-world markets are also gonna, you know, play some kind of part, but I'm pretty sure they are not the key part of it, and we will see it soon, shortly, once we see all the stats and stuff. So, what is going on? Oh, Qubit can buy out Blacklights right when he sells all his electronics. Does anyone else has electronics? I'm not gonna look if Blacklights had them, but I'm guessing not. Yeah. And he does buy out Blacklights. Oh, it's pretty crazy. I mean, Forever GM starts with an edge because he already has 480,000, so, and Qubit has only 180,000. But he's producing glass, which is a high seller. He's producing some steel. What is Forever GM producing? Yeah, food, which is a high seller. And he has, actually, Forever GM has more off-world markets. He has 4. Qubit has only 2. But I feel like Forever GM is not okay. Actually, the food market is pretty good. Okay, he started producing same, and he's selling it right as he makes them, which he should be doing. As yeah, Forever GM was like, oh, 92%, this 88%, 95%, and Qubit bought him out. Wow, that was some intense game. And let's see what actually happened. So, resources. I did nothing in Offworld. I bought a lot of stuff, sold a lot of stuff. I made a lot of the first money on carbon. And here you can see, like, chemicals. I bought more than I sold. I didn't use any chemicals. That means I lost a ton of money to someone else. And because the first chemicals, the shortages, I actually made money. That means this last thing, I must have lost a lot. Same with electronics, I made some money. Oxygen made money, food, so okay. Let's look at Blacklights. Yeah, he also did some stuff in the chemicals market. So you can see lots of buying, lots of selling. He also didn't have any off-world. And also he made more money than me in food and oxygen. Okay, let's look at John Trieg. He built Offworld, but he didn't manage to ship anything, and he wasn't participating in all the shenanigans. He was playing a fair game. He didn't buy much. He didn't sell much. Yeah, he auto-sold power. That's, I guess, good. Yeah, let's see. I didn't auto-sold any power. I was consuming it only. Blacklights did pretty good in it. Okay, let's look at Forever GM. So he made a lot of money on Offworld. But this Unworld thing, he didn't participate. Like, he did really well. He did also more a fair game. He like produced more. Like, he didn't buy as much. He bought glass probably because he actually needed it. He bought food. He must have lost something here. But mostly he just sold what he produced at good prices when, you know, we were doing all the shenanigans. And now look at Qubit. Much less on Offworld, but purchased 1.9 million stuff, sold 3.8 million stuff. Okay, this is mind-blowing. You can see, like, he did really big deals, and the thing is, he came out on top. Like this chemical stuff, he got some of my money there. This electronic stuff, he was just out producing it. And you know, with electronics, he was producing it, he was shorting it, he was manipulating the market. But there was already, it wasn't just, you know, manipulating the market. This electronics really had, you know, the base price was also there. You know, actually that it was made by the demand. But you know, building Offworlds, whatever, you know, drove up the electronics price in the first place. Because before he started buying electronics like mass amounts, it was already like around 400 at some point. So yeah, he won this market because of this nanotech. He could just, you know, mass produce electronics when needed. He could mass produce chemicals when needed. And this all was allowed by the flexibility of nanotech. So it's pretty, just, you know, think about it. 1.9 million bought, 3.8 million sold. Offworld, you know, some people say Offworld is overpowered. You might start reconsider this statement. I mean, it's not something, you know. Offworld markets are good. There are situations where, you know, they are the key. But there are these games like this where some other mechanic is completely outshining whatever Offworld markets did. Because, yeah, I mean, Forever GM, he won the Offworld market stuff. And he was pretty close to winning this game. But it was mostly because he had a head start after Qubit bought out Blacklights. Yeah, he had this 400,000 head start, but yeah, it was pretty insane. So let's look at other stuff. So patents, I think Qubit was the only one to get anything. Yeah, I got carbon scrubbing, slant rolling. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, because some tiles didn't have silicon on them, so he could actually use it too. Superconductor, it was good at start. Nanotech was one of the key things with carbon scrubbing. I think those two were really key things because he could use this scientific stuff. You know, if you look at the map, all these tiles for electronics, 4 gems, and they didn't need carbon. And I think those two patents were the key part of his strategy. And I think others didn't get. I only bought thinking machines. I mean, thinking machines is really good because if Qubit had it, I mean, this would have been so much more one-sided. But yeah, luckily I had it. So technology-wise, was he doing anything? Nope. I know I was doing something, and Blacklights was definitely doing something. Okay, water. Okay, he had one. I mutinied it. He got water. and I got food and aluminium. Yeah, this aluminium one is really weird because I was thinking like I was evaluated the situation of aluminium wrongly. Let's just say that, and I thought it's gonna go up in prices, and I thought also that it's something a vulnerable position to manipulate market in. I was wrong. I mean, I think I just miscalculated things. And shortages. This is the more interesting. Yeah, I did carbon. I did one electronics. I did one oxygen. My shortages worked out pretty okay for me, except for the electronics, because we were doing it at the same time with Qubit, so it was pretty awkward. And yeah, and Qubit, he like did chemicals, he did electronics, and he came out. The main thing is he came out on top of all his shortings, even though it's like if we would be able to read them like better, then it wouldn't be so easy, you know. Like the same thing, like if I bought those gems slightly before him and just sold slightly before him, it could have been like completely the other way around. Instead of me losing like a couple of 100,000 to him, he would lose some couple of 100,000 to me, and I would buy him out. This is not something I realized at the moment. This is something that happens with like really few seconds, like 5 seconds, 5 to 6 10 seconds. That's all that it decided all these transactions, and it's actually the first time that something like that has happened to me in this game. So it's pretty interesting, but I think this is gonna be something you have to consider more and more. So yeah, black market is standard. I used a lot of amps, a lot of power surges to keep Qubit at bay. Blacklight, I think he pretty much did the same. He used some mutinies and good squads as well. Forever GM, he also actually everyone were working against Qubit, but he had a pretty strong strategy. So yeah. Underground nuke. I wonder what. Yeah, I can't remember. So it was a pretty crazy game. It's pretty funny. Like if you if you look at this resource graph, like I don't know, look at electronics. Whoopsie. Look at what is also interesting, like chemicals. Like these things here. There's some really insane swings. Same for, okay, let's check off. Okay, yeah, this one is power, I guess. No, this one is power. Okay, power was pretty like irrelevant, but okay. So yeah, you can see there are like some really big things going on. Like these spikes here, like this is all artificial. Yeah, not much to say about it. And stocks. Yeah, this is the fun part when I bought the first stock and then everyone started, it triggered a massive buying in the stock, and all the prices went up. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Also feel free, let me know what you think about all this snipe buying or whatever you can call it. It's like fast fingers, basically. It's very interesting, I think it requires lots of discussing. Is it good mechanic, bad mechanic? I mean, because it's something that happened for me first time. It's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious, but yeah, we'll see if it's going to continue like that. If like I do like 10 times someone on this, I get it like done to me like 10 times, and yeah, let's see. So thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. And I also link some YouTube videos maybe. I think Qubit is also making YouTube videos, so I link his videos to the like down below, so you can see his point of view maybe. Yeah, bye.